Hey y'all, I figured might as well hit you with an update because it's been a minute. So moral of the story is I have a therapist appointment usually set on Fridays at a specific time. And if I'm on shift, I'm on shift. It is what it is. I try to make it work wherever I can. But this time I was on shift when I had a therapy appointment. Still made it work, was clear in the hospital, ended up doing like just a voice conversation and said, anyone that is in first responder world, you should have a therapist. It's like the fact that we still have these conversations around like people not needing a therapist in this industry is crazy and wild to me because we see some crazy shit all the time, okay? And I just really, I want people to know that they have a lot of resources and can get the help that they need. And I feel like there's just still such a stigma around mental health, which blows my mind because it's like, these are our problems. How are we dealing with it? Let's change this really, ultimately, you know? So anyway, long story short, I had a therapy appointment today. And therapists are crazy, okay? Because I was going into this therapy appointment like, this is where I'm at, like, this is how I feel, like, I'm putting everything out there. I'm very emotionally intelligent in reference to how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it, intellectualizing all the things, right? And then my therapist, I'm just gonna call her D, D was like, whoa, pump the brakes. She was like, time out, pause. Did you hear what you just said? And I was like, what do you mean? So I was like, I don't take a second to pause, you know what I mean? And she was basically like, calm down, slow down for a second, like pause, really like sit in the feeling that you're having right now. Instead of you trying to analyze it, intellectualize it, and explain it, like just feel it. Like just feel how you feel. And I was sitting there like, I'm disappointed. I'm upset and I'm hurt. And it's like, oh my God, that's how I feel. Insert waterworks, you know what I mean? Because I was like, what? How? Why did you do this to me? I was so happy. But all this to say, like, just because you're a firefighter, especially a female firefighter, doesn't mean that you have to be extremely hard all the time, right? Because I feel like we have to compensate, especially in this industry, of being like, we're tough. We don't have to show emotion. We're like the men. Like, we don't have to freaking cry. Like, we can hold it all back, suck back your tears, like, keep it together, never feel it, just keep going, right? Like, and that's a problem. That's a major problem in our industry. We need to feel our feelings. We need to have conversations around how we're feeling, what we're feeling, why we're feeling it. Like, and this just brings light to that, So yes, I cried. Yes, I was in the ambo. Yes, I was embarrassed, but I also joked about it because I was like, Dakota's over here looking at me like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay, man. I'm feeling my feelings and my therapist is making me feel my feelings. But being honest about it, it's so important. Because ultimately I want to bring light to the importance of having these conversations. And, you have to talk about your feelings, guys. Like, as much as we don't want to, and as much as we don't want to talk about it, like, we have to talk about it because people are killing themselves, So in order to prevent people from hurting themselves or not living the life of purpose and of value and intentionality, like, we got to talk through these things, guys. Like, what I'm dealing with is going to be different than how someone else is dealing with whatever, whether that be a scene, whether that be a situation, whatever it is, right? Personal, whatever. But, I think my therapy appointment today was really transformative for me in the sense of like, I have a tendency to just keep going at high capacity. I've always been a high performer. So I say this is what it is and I keep moving and I keep going, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean I've allowed myself to process how I feel. And I was like, that really hit me hard because when I had somebody tell me to slow down and literally be like, but how does that make you feel? What is that feeling? And sit in that feeling, that sucked. It did. It's not easy. It's not easy to work through. It's not easy to describe. And a lot of my life, I feel like I've gone through the motions and just was like, I'm okay. I'm the strong one. I'm the good one. I've always got us, until you don't, and it's just really important to sit there and explain how you feel. Not necessarily even explain, but say how you feel, and not have shame around it, screw shame. Shame is, it's you not talking about it. It's you acting like you do have it together, or acting like you are okay when you're not. Like, that's shameful, right? But when you have conversations and you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that's where shame disappears. Having those conversations, being transparent and open, and telling people I'm struggling, or I'm not okay right now, or I need a little bit more support. Like, allow your help to help you. Don't act like you got to carry 1,000 pounds on your back by yourself uphill. Like, when you have a whole team behind you that want to help you to succeed, like, utilize your people, man. So, I think there's just so much change that still needs to happen around therapy, especially in the first responder world, especially in the military world. There's so many different things that we could talk about, and I could talk about for ages and hours, right? But, I think what I'm going to leave with is one of my meditations from Journey to the Heart, right? So I'll read it. And its title is Let the Past Slip Away. Gently, lovingly, leave past moments behind. You can't lose love. You don't need to hang on so tightly. If the lesson has been learned, if it is time to move on, let the past slip away. Come into the present moment. Discover all that is there for you. Clinging on to lessons, people, and feelings from yesterday will keep you tired, confused, and afraid. Shed the tears that need to be shed. Feeling your grief will help bring about your transformation. That's super relatable right now. Then say goodbye. Then say your goodbyes. Be glad that you had the experiences you did. Be grateful for all you've learned about yourself, about love, and then gently move into today. Stop believing in loss. Start believing in life. Let the past slip away. Come gently into now. So I think that's super... that hits hard for me today. But I think it's so important for you to realize the importance of your feelings. They're signals. That's all they are. But the more you stuff it down, the more you stuff it away, and the more you act like you're okay when you're not, the more it's going to come out later in like so many other different ways. And let's prevent having long-term repercussions of things that we haven't decided to face by just expressing ourselves today, So I hope this has been helpful in some way, shape, or form for some of you guys. If you guys already haven't, subscribe to my channel. Look me up on Instagram. I'm Fit and Fun Size on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to growing more with you guys. One coffee and conversation at a time. So